Folks, it is time for Daredevil Born Again season 2. I've been actually seeing a lot of rave reviews.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice, nice.
compared to the season 1, there has been a lot more rave reviews for this upcoming season, and I guess this is the official. I think in general people are so, correct me if I'm wrong, and maybe you know this, maybe you don't. Phase 6 includes Wonder Man, or was Wonder Man Phase 5 of the MCU? I get, because Wonder Man did
Uh,
get
don't
renewed.
don't ask me. Yeah, don't ask me
Let's
about the
see.
phases. I stopped paying attention to those once they were like nothing matters anymore. And then nothing matters anymore, but
Yeah.
everything is also integrated. So
Yes.
I don't keep up with what phase we're in.
Okay.
I'm just like, what show or movie is out now?
I just double checked. So Wonder Man is in this phase 6 of the series. So phase 6 MCU. And people. All right, here we go. So phase 6 started with. Why do they just not say? Okay, there we
I
go.
think it wasn't it Thunderbolts and Fantastic Four, or was that the end of phase
So
5?
phase 6 officially started with Fantastic Four. Okay. So Fantastic Four, Spider Man, Avengers, Doomsday, Secret Wars. And then the series for television series was Eyes of Wakanda, Marvel Zombies, then Wonder Man, now Daredevil, then Vision Quest, and then your friendly neighborhood Spider Man. So yeah, people have been up about Phase 6 overall, saying that we finally got, like, there's some hope. But that's a discussion, a yap session for another day, because I mean we got some,
Sorry, I had to
so
stop
yeah,
myself from exploding.
yeah.
Stop myself from
Yeah,
exploding.
because I mean when
Yeah.
they add, I mean when they, I haven't seen the other two, Eyes of Wakanda or Marvel Zombies. I did hear Marvel Zombies was all right. Eyes of Wakanda, I don't know, they're both 4 episodes only. um but if they're only gonna count from Fantastic Four and Wonder Man, I would say, okay, yeah, you know what, you guys, you're right, like, because compared to what has been going on beforehand, yeah, yeah, I'll just leave it at that. It's a, yeah. And I didn't personally, like, I was wondering how Disney was going to handle Daredevil season 1 for Born Again. And I think at the end of the season, I forgot what score we gave it, but it was either a 7 or 8, something like
Yeah, I
that.
think yeah,
Yeah.
if you guys are new to the channel, welcome. Hi.
Yes.
Um we watched the entire season 1 of Born Again, and that is
Yeah.
up available on our Patreon if you want to check that out, plus whatever shorts you'll find here on the channel.
Yeah.
Overall, I think our consensus was it was a shaky start.
Mm-hmm.
Midway we were getting somewhere, but
Yeah.
by the end of it it was like, yeah, I think
Yeah.
we were both at a 7.5. I don't know if we got higher than that, but if you guys
Yeah.
want to go check out our actual scores, reactions, and yaps, please head over to our Patreon. It's all there. Also, again, if you're new to the channel, hi, I'm Kayla.
Yeah.
I'm your
Yeah.
resident like comic book TV show
Mm-hmm.
nerd here. um just a quick gloss over. uh we both enjoy in various levels the MCU, the
Mm-hmm.
Netflix Marvel stuff, the Disney Plus Marvel stuff, freeform. Like I'm all up on it. We have in the entire season 1 of Wonder Man up on the channel as well. If you guys want to check that out, let us know your thoughts on that. Are you guys excited for season 2? Because I know I sure the fuck am. I was really
Mm-hmm.
worried that we weren't gonna get a season 2, but I'm glad that we are. For this, we're jumping in here, and with how the shift from Netflix to the MCU for Daredevil, then to Disney Plus, and them trying to integrate this character and the characters from the Netflix Marvel universe, which
Mm-hmm.
was also still tied to the MCU, even though everyone was like, it's not. And you watch the first episode of Jessica Jones or into Daredevil, it is. Um, but just how they handled that, and where we're going in the future. We know with Born Again season 1 they filmed it. They didn't hire back a bunch of people.
Hmm.
Everyone got up in arms about it, rightfully so. They went back and did a bunch of reshoots. And as we watched season one, we discussed that you can definitely see where there's a stop and start happening within the series itself. With this one, we hear that I think everyone has a feeling that it's more streamlined.
Hmm.
Things are more put together. We got Mother Jessica Jones back, which I'm excited for. I personally, I hope that this is just a slip and a slide entryway into Defenders season 2. Defenders is my favorite Netflix Marvel show.
Hmm.
I'm happy to see Jessica Jones back. I'm happy for Kristen Ritter. I'm excited to see what we're doing in this season to prepare for the Punisher showcase that's happening at the end of this,
Yeah.
to get Punisher into Spider-Man that's happening, how we're going to move forward, bringing in these characters to the wider MCU universe. At the end, I'll talk more about how I feel like it's probably best to keep a lot of the street level heroes street level, but we'll see what
Yeah.
happens with this. So far, for me, I haven't been online too much yesterday and this morning. I think from what I saw like mixed reviews about it. Like a lot of people going, "Well, that was definitely a first episode."
Hmm.
Um, but you were online more than me, obviously, so you said a lot of things seem to skew a bit more positive. Yeah, I hope my hope is that this season is better than last. Um, yeah, last season left me very much with a well, that was a show. It
Yeah.
was very much well, that was a show. But I'm excited to get into this with you. I'm excited to get back into the world of Daredevil. Again, when it comes to the overall Marvel universe, I am an X-Men girly. That's where a lot of my knowledge lies. I am just like a side viewer of Daredevil.
Hmm.
I know sort of enough to get me by most days. So that's where my knowledge is. So if you're coming in here to fact check me, I'm letting you know now. I'm not like
Yeah.
a Daredevil girly. I know enough. I know enough. And he's like,
Yeah.
you know, I was excited to see Matt Murdock and She-Hulk. I love that dynamic. I needed She-Hulk season 2. I needed Miss Marvel season 2. But like, yeah, so going into this right now, my Daredevil knowledge is mostly based off the TV series, based
Hmm.
off of Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, based off of him popping up at the end of X-Men 97, any older cartoons, the Ben Affleck movie, and you're just like, what Ben Affleck movie? I'm just like, yeah, the Ben Affleck movie. It's fine. It's fine. It's not a great movie, but I watched it. Okay, I know
Yeah.
it's there. Um, and yeah, whatever, we're getting in Marvel Rivals right now. So
Marvel Rivals. What a game.
indeed, what a game.
What a game. I'm interested to see what they're going to do with the therapist. Um, like in her role in this now
Oh
that,
yeah.
yeah, like, that, and if they're going to talk more about what Muse, like, if anything with Muse from season one. So, yeah, I guess let's
That was
jump into, yeah, that was
yeah,
a
let's
whole
jump
lot.
into yeah, that was a before
Yeah.
we start rehashing season one, let's just jump into season
Yeah,
two.
like, yeah, that was a lot. So, folks, without further ado, just jump into.
New York is back and better than ever.
Ready?
Talk about propaganda. I felt that in my soul.
Yeah, New York is back, better than ever. Fuck
New
out of
York is
here.
born again. Here we go. I like man's fit though. I'd wear that. Northern Star? You mean North Star? What?
Hmm.
Easter egg? Crazy. It's not.
Whose limbs are we about to break tonight?
Oh yeah, that was crazy.
It's like, take your pick, Daredevil or Batman. Like, which one you want hunting you at night?
Neither. But I
Yeah.
definitely would choose either or, and not the
Mhm.
Powerpuff Girls.
Oh yeah. Nah, bro.
I'm
Pop-up
not.
girls, bro.
I'm not. I'm not.
Nah,
I'm not trying to.
man.
I'm not trying to see the Powerpuff Girls. No, thank you.
Yo, Pop-up girl just beat the shit out of you for like for the love of the game. All right, fit. Oh, we are in a black fit now. Mm-mm-mm. Oh, damn, son.
Oh, man know how to do is fight in enclosed spaces.
Damn, son.
Like, that's all he be doing. Enclosed space, got it. I'm there. I'll beat a bitch in an enclosed space.
Yeah, man. You know, yeah, like you really can't pick or choose between. All right, I'm just gonna say right now, Daredevil, his recency bias, because man just really be breaking your limbs, bro. Like, at least with Spider-Man, you'll be like, you know, webbed up. Daredevil, you gotta just be having like, you know, a whole decade of back problems, arm problems,
medical bills.
yeah,
And medical, go up against Daredevil one time, he trip you. That's about it. Medical debt.
yeah,
Straight medical.
willingly sinking the whole ship.
I mean, I would too. I don't want Daredevil punching me in the face.
Yeah.
Everything going down. Fuck that.
Okay.
Northern Stars all over the news. You definitely sent Fisk a message.
Your source was right. This is big. It's a crack in Fisk's armor.
So is like Karen gonna be throwing hands this time this season? Like,
Holy shit.
He's using the free port to smuggle arms. I think we're kind of counting on him, Miss Page.
Oh, okay.
we're just back to smooching. Okay. Fuck that other lawyer. I mean, therapist, right?
And I guess tonight was a pretty good night.
Could get better.
This is a terrorist attack,
Oh.
orchestrated and executed by the vigilante of Hell's Kitchen.
Damn.
Yeah, I think I can get that out.
Description? No, it's fine. I'll go up there myself.
Why is he there?
I need the miles.
DC, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he just ruined his apple juice.
What do you think?
Mayor Fish is gonna clean that up.
I worry about the pollution.
Babe, this is the East River, okay? It's nasty. There's like 3 diamonds floating right there. I'm worried about the mass bastards.
I don't care what he needs to do.
This-
Lockdowns, task force. Throw the book at him.
Even worse than before.
Yeah, that's why we have to keep trying, huh?
Mayor for a reason now.
Expose that he's running guns.
We have the captain on the first.
Just as in Jessica Jones, right?
I hope so. I mean, there are other Jessicas out in the Marvel universe, but I think it's her. Like, I know this is Daredevil's show and all, but I just want to hurry up get to the episode where she's in. Like, this is all fine. I just want to see her again.
Matt's gonna be fine, okay? He's gonna be fine.
Is he really gonna be fine?
He's just gonna be fine.
Yeah.
My partner, my friend, goes missing after.
Shit. Hochberg.
Detective Cherry,
I'm retired.
I'll honor the badge in whatever form it comes. Could I speak with Miss McDuffie privately?
This ain't gonna be good.
Yeah, I was just on my way out.
Caring about my career. My defenses are rock solid, and I have the evidence to prove it.
Oh, you think the evidence matters?
Yeah.
What
Evidence
happened
does not matter at this,
I read the tea leaves.
you know, tier.
Kirsten, come back to the DA's office. I'll match whatever lie you tell me you're making here.
Oh. Respectfully, though.
Kirsten.
And I really prefer Counselor McDuffie.
I'll see you in court, Counselor McDuffie.
Sure as shit you will.
Hey, we cursing on Disney like this? Okay.
Important.
You know how people usually say it.
Yeah, I had a feeling you were behind this. You and Kirsten get pretty good at laying the guilt, you know that?
Wait, this man just said man died on that boat. Who killed him? Technically, to make sure that
I mean, he just broke a couple bones. He just
Yeah.
broke a couple bones. He ain't killed nobody. They probably would
I
have bled
mean-
out, but
Been a target since
Who led to their deaths? Yeah, there you go.
I am. And you've never let me down. That's why I come to you. That's why I'm gonna keep coming to you.
All right. So,
They say whatever helps you sleep at night.
The boat took off, which means they're co-conspirators in the gun running.
To be one of those spots.
I'm sorry. My English.
Don't fucking do that. Yes or no?
No me menos fascistas.
tell him, girl. Big. Ooh.
Yo.
Oh.
New York is back and better than ever.
Yo, why do I keep having this man like what do you? Oh wow. Yeah.
My useful little paw. Look at how she sells my lies so well. Her uncle, Ben Urich, would be so disappointed in her. But that's what got him killed.
Damn.
It's your favorite.
You mean Daredevil?
Yes, Daredevil.
Where's Christophe?
I don't know.
Sheesh.
Why'd you run?
Honestly, mate, do you ever think maybe you enjoy your work a bit too much?
Now he's power tripping.
Daredevil on the.
Just a thought.
And the task force still with the Punisher symbol. Jesus fucking Christ.
Mm-hmm.
How'd you mind?
Even after the Punisher said "fuck y'all."
He's new, right?
Yeah, but he's gonna be going home in a body bag at this rate.
Chi ne crima? Nem teske se tipota.
Yep. Yo, this man. Cash at me 500.
I mean, that
Yeah.
mess, so.
Inside guy.
Yeah.
Well, source. Only he doesn't know it. Do you like him?
And that's the problem.
I mean, he grows on you, but no, not like that.
This PTSD is running wild.
How much are you willing to compromise of yourself?
Dr. Glenn?
I'm sorry. Yeah, it's.
Mm-mm-mm. You missed the line.
We'll never figure out how you do that.
You know,
Is Karen gonna be doing that to dudes? Like, is that we can expect her to break a few bones this season? You know?
there's nothing to it here.
Daredevil!
Mm-mm-mm.
No, I'm not okay.
Can you stand?
Yeah, here they come. I don't agree with him just sitting in the middle of the room. Even if he's
I don't either, but I'm sure he can't move him.
Yeah. Like any.
All right, we gotta light the scene just a little bit better.
Yeah. Oh, damn. Now's not the time to go night night, bro. Now is not the time to go night night. Ooh. Oh, you're welcome. Is that bullseye?
Bullseye.
Bullseye at the very end, of all people, saving Matt Murdock. All right, well, that does it for Daredevil Born Again season 2 episode 1. Yeah, I think it's a cool way to start things off for the season. You know, with both, you know, of course, Matt and Karen being on the run. There's not much help that's going to be coming for them. You know, they want to believe in justice, but when you're the mayor and you're a criminal like Fisk, and connections are running wide where you have control over literally everything and so many people at your whim, you even have help coming from Miss Valentina Fontaine, which the last saw of her was in Thunderbolts. And she's giving support towards Fisk as well. And I think she was with the CIA. I can't remember. If I remember carefully, she was in it with the CIA.
I know her job description is different now since Thunderbolts.
Yes, yeah. So having Mr. Charles be the pretty much mouthpiece for, you know, Valentina while, you know, she's out doing other fuckery. But pretty much with as we have the street level crime going on right now, the fact that she's supporting Fisk with these military grade weapons and was it going to be utilized for, it's a whole nother bigger thing. And I'm guessing that's how they're going to tie Daredevil into what else was going on in the MCU as well, because you already know Miss Fontaine is working with the Thunderbolts, aka the New Avengers, right? But she has ulterior motives going on with her, you know, superhero projects that were going on. Yeah, so I found that was a very interesting wrinkle to how they could tie things in, because we got to figure out eventually what those weapons are going to be utilized for, and then see what other wrinkles they're going to add in as they continue to weave Daredevil into the MCU. When it comes to, I mean, a lot of the things we've talked about, you know, in the past season already, the overreach of power, especially with the government. You know, obviously at the very end, we're gonna have Matt. I mean, he has more conviction in his ways that he wants to continue to fight for justice, but it's getting bleaker and bleaker, especially because of his no kill motto. Obviously, those officers are now officially dead, thanks to Bullseye. His secret is safe. You know, because it was a very precarious situation. Obviously, he was caring for Cherry's health, noticing that he's pretty much on the verge of just collapsing and keeling over, especially because of the beating he took from, you know, the task force. We'll see what ramifications that's gonna have later on, especially knowing that next week we're gonna be getting 2 episodes, episodes 2 and 3. In terms of, like, you know, I kept saying it throughout the episode, I wonder if Karen's going to fight and if Karen's going to take somebody's life before this season is over, which would be pretty interesting. Though I think the likelihood of that happening probably a bit lower, you know, unless she embodies other things that, well, if you think about the talks that she had with Frank Castle from last season, and you haven't seen the Punisher, so you don't know the full extent in this context between their like relationship, but just the things that she's taken away from him, Frank, in the first 2 seasons of the Punisher, and then last season with Frank's Frank be intertwined in the story. I can't remember. Is Frank got out of the cage last season, right? Or
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
that's he had to have gotten out the cage, because the only way he could end up in Spider-Man's movie would either be through, well, if he's still in, I can't remember, but obviously there's going to be a special for Frank at the end of this 12 episode, or no, 8 episode run or something like that. And then there's the special that's gonna be like a movie or like a 2-hour thing that they're gonna do. So I think that'll be interesting, because I saw some reports saying that he's not going to be in this season, which yeah, maybe that might be a misnomer, but who knows at this point. Yeah, the stuff with Heather, I mean, at this point, man, I was wondering how they was gonna keep winding her into this story, but I was saying that the over under on her dying last season, I thought the chances were over, like she was gonna die last season. I don't have much faith, and I'm not putting much stock in her, like to be a character that's continued to live on, especially with this PTSD. It might become one of those things where the reality is gonna get brought to her that Matt is Daredevil, and it's gonna be one of those traditionals. How come you didn't tell me? And Daredevil is a vigilante, and I need to do something about it, because she's gonna see probably him the same ways that she sees Muse, now that she's having severe PTSD, and she's gonna keep compromising her morals. Where that's going to lead to an impasse with Fist and Vanessa, we will see. Surprised we didn't get that much Vanessa this episode, even though she was like one of the main catapults or the main stars in season 1. So we'll see if she's pulling any more strings, because that relationship is far from perfect. Even though he tried to show Charles that, hey, we're a unified front, us the viewers know that's complete bullshit. Like at the end of the day right now. Yeah, I thought it was solid. There was that first action sequence where he broke man's arm, where we were talking about who would you rather. Yeah, man. Nah, man. Daredevil, like he just ODs for no reason sometimes. And then his whole code of, once again, not killing, where he literally led to the deaths of those men on I mean, he didn't cause the death, but
right. My thing is always that kind of thing. You sign up for a job like that, you're already signing yourself up to die. That's just kind of how I feel about jobs like this. You go in thinking you're not going to, but if you're signing up for it, it's a high chance you're going to. Like, no one is above a bullet to the head.
Yeah.
Like, unless you're invulnerable, no one is above a bullet to the head. So when I see someone like Daredevil, breaking bones or whatever, yes, I joke, even if they had gotten off the ship, they probably could have bled out and died. But that's the risk you take with this job, somebody fighting back. It's the hubris of all these people who are on the wrong side of things, who are like, well, I'm not going to be that guy. I'm not going to be that guy that bites the bullet. And then it's just a Tuesday for Daredevil. You're definitely going to be that guy. So I think any mercenary work, any kind of anything that you sign up that you have to watch a boat with guns, just know if you're going to be in a gunfight, you probably might not make it out. So did he lead to their deaths? No. It's them signing up for the job that led to their deaths.
So I feel like this. He broke their bones, and then the the two guys would be like, all right, look, this is the job. We got to abandon everything,
yeah, but it's not like Matt knew that. It's not like Matt knew they were going to sink the ship.
He did it, but in his own words, he was like, yeah, men died. He was like, yeah, why did those men die? Oh, because you also broke their... Now, not to say that they didn't have a chance to get out of the ship if they were, didn't have broken bones, but because they had broken bones and they were knocked out, they had no chance. It went from what you would call a 50-50 to like a 1 to 99% chance. Like they had a 99
Don't sign up
chance
for
of death.
mercenary work. Don't sign up for mercenary work if you think you're gonna, frolic
Oh
in the fields
man.
the next day. Truly.
Nah, yo, so when he was just like men die, I'm just like, motherfucker, like, why do you think they died? And they like, and we've seen it so many times with other superheroes, or just in other, like, even in anime and other TV shows, right? Where the person who has this code of, yeah, they're not gonna kill people, but their actions is a big reason why it leads to somebody else's death, because like whether indirectly or in this case directly, had a probability, like it directly had affected the chances of the probability of why a character died. And they're always on their conscious, they were like, well, I didn't kill them, the boat killed them, right? At the
I
end of the day,
agree with
right?
that.
And but like it's one of those things where, like, the actions that led to their death, you had a direct chance on affecting the outcome overall, right?
Okay, but it's also don't pick up a gun and don't be a bad guy. Don't get into a gunfight if you don't think you're gonna get shot.
Yeah, but
I don't
and
know.
that's why
I'm
I call out the flaw in that, because it's like you can't say you didn't kill people, right? Like, or like to me, it's like it's a cop out. It's a way to for him to like sleep at night, saying and to say that, hey, I live by my code, right? And it's like, all right, if you shoot somebody, right, or if you beat them up and they bleed out, right, and they eventually die, you have killed that person, right?
Well, don't raise your fist to me then.
Right? But
I'm not trying to kill you, but if I gotta protect myself, right, and I gotta protect other people, don't sign up for the job if you're not prepared to die. And it truly, for me personally, I don't think it's a cop out. If I'm trying to protect myself or protect others, stop the bad guy. You're working for the bad guy.
But then
How about you how about you call out sick? How about you call out sick?
But that's different. Like, that's not your code. That's not Daredevil's. Daredevil's code is, even if I'm defending myself, nobody's dying. I'm not gonna, like, he has not killed anybody. Or in his mind, this is how it works. Even if I break all the bones in your body and you bleed out, right? I didn't kill you. I wasn't. I that's not me. I have to, like, for him to physically kill somebody, it's like when he tried to kill Bullseye by throwing him off the building, right? And he didn't care if he lived or died at that point. But that's never been his code. Like, he believes life is valuable. No matter if I break all your bones in your body, hey, you'll still be able to live and tell the tale about, hey man, Daredevil did this to me. But now it's like, damn, I broke everybody's bones on that ship, and then the boat, collapses, right? And Daredevil would naturally, with his code, try to save those people, but there's no time to save those people. There's no time because the boat's about to collapse, so he had to prioritize himself. And this is
hold on, are we sure that even going into the season, because since it has been, it feels like a year since we got season 1, that he's still holding on to that? Like, are we sure that that's the code he's still holding on to going into season 2 of Born Again?
Yeah. More so, like, until he has directly killed somebody, which he hasn't. Like, he's had a lot of indirect deaths that's happened even through, like, the other Daredevil comics and all the other seasons and whatnot.
Right.
But his same code as, even when Frank was, like, killing the cop, he's like, don't kill anybody, please don't, like that. Even in last season, like, he didn't kill anybody. Frank didn't give a fuck. Frank was just killing people. And
That's right. Because he's talking to Frank, and then the task force busts in, and then they're quipping like an old married couple. And right. That did happen.
And he's like continuously like saying, don't kill people. Meanwhile, Frank is like, I don't really give a fuck, bro. Like, look, it's either me or them, and somebody's ending up 6 feet under, and it ain't me. And and Frank has literally been his therapist, the real therapist that he needed last season, telling him to grow a pair of balls and, like, stop, pussyfooting around and literally, get this work. Like, unless you're gonna end up like these men who have tried to claim your lives. And you even and I would say that even follows through to the very last scene we saw. He didn't kill any of these men. he tried to beat them up and incapacitate them. But if he just like worded, like if you have the ability to use your weapon to knock these people out, to even take their guns, which they were there, you chose not to kill any of them and put yourself into the situation where there's a 301 happening, because you also have to think about what's going on with Cherry. If you just literally knock them out, which you did, and then take one of their guns and kill any of them, it would set up, sure, it would set up a chain reaction. Other people would come up, but you're still able to, at least get Cherry to safety. Instead, what ends up happening, Bullseye saves you, and Bullseye 3-for-1s, the dude's there. And what does it do? Prevents people from seeing your face, and you're able to most likely save Cherry, who right now suffers from a heart attack. And that's only because he has that code. Which, that's why I was just like, yeah, there's a lot of people who are like Daredevil, where it's like, as long as they didn't die by my hands directly and I didn't end their life, even if their life stops through other means after me, that's totally fine. I could sleep at night. But just knowing, like, that's why I was like, but like, or you put them in that position. So yeah, they of course are in the positions where it's life or death, right? But until they come in contact with you, their chances of life or death were, not in the balance. You come onto the ship and you beat the hell out of everybody. Now the people in charge are like, hey, this is the protocol for what happens if there's an intruder, and we got to sink the ship. And so now the ship is being sunk, and those other people you beat up are dead, but you get to sleep at night according to your own, rules of how you want to live, your own code, that you didn't end their life. The people who the boat did. No, notice how it's the boat did, and not the people who sunk the boat, because you're trying to help the people who sunk the boat, because they also are there to help your objective to get fists. And this is where you could say a lot of the misguided slash the heroics that Daredevil will go after. Like, you're not mad at the two guys who capsized the ship and killed those people, which a lot of heroes would be at, but now you want to save and help those people because now those people are endangered by fists, right? They were endangered by fists to begin with the minute you went on that ship. But now you want to help them, even though you're saying that.
Well, I don't know if he wants to help them per se. It's definitely the ends justify the means. I got to get these guys because they have the information I need, and I can use them as informants to get Fisk. I think for them personally, signing up to do the job already puts them in the line of fire of Fisk, whether Daredevil was involved or not. Because as we see with Fisk, he don't like something, he gonna handle it. Yeah, that's why I'm always like, if you sign up for a job, any kind of these jobs, your life is at a 50-50. Even if you do that's when Buck says to the guy that he shoots in the head, all this isn't your fault, but you also signed up for the job, and this is what happens when you try to save yourself and don't complete the objective of the job. But also when you sign up for this kind of job, your life is on the line regardless.
Essentially. And that's the end result, because what is it, one dude we already saw got his head blown out by Buck, and Buck is out here sighing. I mean, hey man, Buck, this is the job you signed up for too, so taking these people's lives, you out here sighing. And I'm just like, hey, you know what, man, you working for? This is out here to make money and line the pockets of his supporters, as well as continue to be king of New York. This is what you sign up for. And even Fisk, like when Charles was just like, hey man, you know what your job is at the end of the day. This is what you signed. It's kind of funny because at the end of the day, everybody signed up for these consequences that they have to deal with. And Fisk does not like the fact that he has to get rid of men that's helped them.
That's the thing with Fisk that I like, that this episode really punctuates. This is a guy who came from nothing, who built his empire doing dastardly deeds.
Yeah.
right? But as we know, with most people in power who do dastardly deeds to become
Yeah.
number one, he's
Yeah.
number one in New York now. No one in New York, except for the vigilantes, can fight against him because everyone wants to work with him, right?
Yeah.
He wants to create this atmosphere of, I am number one, my law is authority.
Yeah.
There is always ramifications if you cross me. But with this episode, it punctuates you are still that nothing kid because there's someone more powerful than you.
Yeah.
That's why he's like, I don't like oversight when the two guys come in first, like,
Yeah.
because you guys are of a higher rank than he is. Doesn't matter if you're mayor of New York, they're still the senators and stuff, like, unless, you know, you're lining their pockets, unless you bought them out and they're working with you,
Yeah.
there's still someone more powerful than you. And then above them are people more powerful than them. So this guy, who you barely know, can strut in,
Yeah.
create a whole scene, and you're all at the whim of his behest because of his boss.
Yeah.
You're running guns for him and his boss through your port because you want to keep lining your pockets because you still want to be the most powerful man in New York. You think through the power that you're obtaining here in New York as mayor, through everything you got, it's going to like excuse you from people above you because you think you're going to reach their level. But as we know, with people in power, it's always, we got to have someone below us. We always gotta. You may think you're one of us, but you're not one of us until he becomes president, or if he becomes, or senator, or president,
Yeah.
or king of the
Government. Yep.
fucking world, right? He needs to continue to work his way up from nothing to be above people who are already above him.
Yeah.
And Fisk is the type of guy to do it, but as of right now, they're really showing him that, like,
There's levels to
hey,
this.
we like what you're doing because it aligns with what we want.
Yeah.
It aligns with DeFontaine wants. It aligns with what some of the American government wants. So we're gonna let you keep doing your thing. It's very much how our previous mayor in New York, Eric Adams, uh, building the Cop City in New York, having trips to Israel, partying all night because he thinks he's above it all, right? Until he gets voted out and was getting charged and is like now up on charges or whatever, right? So he was trying to defund the people who were bringing him up on charges for mis the misusage of funds that were happening in New York, right? That there's always someone more powerful than you. You can go out and party all you want. You can try to police New York and it works for a while, right? Until you got voted out. Until you became the fall guy for all the other guys above you. You are not above the power system, right? And that's what Fisk has to be reminded of. You are not above the system. You are a cog in the system until you can somehow alleviate us of all our jobs. But right now, you're just the mayor of New York. You're just the mayor of New York. Your little task force, that's all great. And when Mr. Charles is like, if these guys that you have getting our guns for us know about it, you got to kill them, right? Because we can't have no one. That's why y'all sunk the ship, because no one can know about these guns.
Yeah.
And that's why Fisk doubles down on, like, but good men are hard to find because not everyone wants to work for a fascist. He got lucky because fucking cops are fascist pigs, and these men already had rap sheets who were abusing power within the system. So he elevated them to continue to abuse power. So if he keeps recycling through these men, if he keeps losing men, it's like then he has to outsource. So that's why it's so easy for Mr. Charles to be like, yeah, I could get workers. It means nothing because to these government powers, none of these are people lower than them. They can excuse these deaths and wash away these deaths like nothing. I think it's such a fascinating power play happening in his office, at his dinner table, and even Charles going with Vanessa, can she, does she know? Like, I'm sure they have like a little dossier about them,
Yeah.
but like as you said, they were having problems in season one, and they were having problems that were stemming from what happened in Echo and in Hawkeye. And Vanessa was running her own thing, and they had to work through that. That's why they had marriage counseling, right?
Yeah.
And it's still very, how much can you trust each other when you guys had that big issue? You guys are soulmates. You guys see each other but you guys also have your own ideas of what needs to happen to maintain your power.
Yeah.
And sometimes when you have that, even if you're soulmates, it can still cause a disruption within the relationship because how you see things isn't necessarily how I see things. You were gone for so long. I had to step in, and now you're kind of pushing me aside. Like, but I'm the one with the context. I'm the one that kept things together. Now, what are we doing here? So, like, it's going to be very fascinating to see if that relationship falls apart because now there's more pressure from on high and watching them and what they're doing.
Yeah.
So I thought that was a very fascinating glimpse of how this man with so much strength and power is still just a cog in the wheel for someone else to use.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. Yeah.
But did you have anything?
No,
I'm sorry.
no.
Did you have anything? Okay. All right. So now going into like aside from that, for me when it comes to Heather, in season 1, we already saw inclinations of her having a bias towards against vigilantes.
Yeah.
Before the thing with
But
what's his face? Muse. Before the thing with Muse even happened, right? She was already judging Daredevil and the whole idea of vigilantism, and thinking. She put it out there that these are people who are hiding behind the mask because of power dynamics, so on and so forth, right? So just that, and then that culminating with the traumatic experience of what Muse has done to her.
Yeah, she's all
where we are at now. Yeah, it's all already her bias, her inherent bias against vigilantism, having someone in a mask brutalize you and almost kill you, toppled with the idea of this man who's come into your life to tell you we're getting rid of vigilantes. It only brings you further down into the abyss of what's going on, and it doesn't help that you yourself aren't seeking help for the situation that you were found in, right? The situation that happened to you. So now it's one of those things where with your bias against vigilantes, this traumatic experience hurt people hurt people. She's no longer doing her job like, is it objectively? I think that's the word I'm looking for. Like most psychologists and psychiatrists should do when you're facilitating these kinds of tests or asking these questions. Now you're using your pain and trauma to harm others, thinking that it's okay because this very bad situation happened to you. So you're willing to continue to warp your sense of reality, warp your sense of self, to seek justice for what's been done to you, but against people who had nothing to do with what happened to you, right? So it's very a lot of people are like that. A lot of people who are hurt, who have been hurt, take it out on the world around them and the people around them. And this also goes to show that people in powerful positions who have trauma like this or have internal inherent biases use that to then harm the people that they're meant to be helping with the title, with their job title.
Yeah.
And how that can affect the world at large. And how it just facilitates more bad people in power. Because her doing this is only backing up what Fisk is trying to do. It's only enabling the propaganda that they're putting out there. BB, who is in a very tumultuous position, is providing the propaganda with the videos and the BB report, right? That's why it's all shiny. That's why there's pastel colors. That's why it's shot and lit the way it is, to show how bright and happy the people of New York are. See, look, the task force plays with the kids, right? It's propaganda, straight propaganda. But BB is doing it. It's bad because we don't need that, right? We don't need people seeing these videos to think everything is fine, to continue to brainwash the masses and this is the way things are supposed to be. But it's one of those, do the ends justify the means? If I do this, I continue to get information from this kid to pass on to Karen to help take down Fisk. I personally think that, she is in a difficult position. I think that the person who's editing editing over her videos, the commenter in the Fisk mask, I think that's her. I think she's trying to even the scale. Let me not do that. The
6
kids
seven.
are gonna be like, yeah. I think she's trying to even the scales of the harm that she's causing with the BB report. If it's someone else, that's fine too. But I would hope that her sense of justice and trying to seek justice for her uncle, that this is the other way that she's fighting back against the part that she is handcuffed into playing in this wider mess. And yeah, it's very fascinating too. And then to see like, I think from where we got from Karen in season 1 of Netflix Daredevil to where we're at now, and as you mentioned, I haven't watched the Netflix Punisher. But I think with everything that's gone on and then her confrontation with Fisk and everything that's happened, it makes the most sense that she's on the run, especially she left and then came back. I think the conversations between her and Matt are very intriguing to me because I am of the belief too that I'm the glass half full kind of person with a realistic lens while looking at the glass. Things are tough, things are horrible, and it is an uphill battle to fight against this oppressive power, but you have to have hope that we can win. You have to have hope that we can change. And I understand both Karen and Matt in these conversations. It's hard to see the light when you're just getting like deeper into the quicksand. When you're getting deeper into the quicksand and then they keep shoveling more quicksand and then cement on top of you, right? Matt is holding on to the idea if but if we stop fighting, then altogether they win. Even if we are broken, battered, and bruised, and we have to be laid up, the hope is what's keeping these things at bay. We have to have hope that tomorrow will be better, that we can change the outcome. And I think that's something that a lot of people need to hear these days. Things are really bad. Things are really tough for all of us all over the world. We have men and women like Fisk and Vanessa and Charles and DeFontaine doing their best to make sure we are kept under thumb so that they can keep lining their pockets and keep exerting and keep inflating their personal egos and their ideal of control. But if we do not have hope that there is a, a, a chance that we can change it, they have already won. And we cannot get by as a human race with the idea of they have already won. It's hard, it's difficult, yes, but you have to hold on to the idea that enough of us will get together to fight back. And if you haven't gone to our Patreon to watch our discussions on the first season of Born Again or My Heroes Vigilantes, if you haven't watched that yet and you're just watching this, I said and I will keep on saying I'm a big proponent and champion of vigilantes. I believe that not every heroes can't be, well, superpowered individuals can't be everywhere all at once, right? So you have to have the people who are trying to protect their communities when those who are put into jobs that are meant to protect your communities aren't. If the cops are shooting you and they're meant to be there to protect and serve, but we know that they don't, someone has to protect and serve. So, as a community member, when you see these egregious acts, when you see these acts of violence and oppression and fascism, you have to stand tall and call it out. You have to protect your community to show your community that you guys are stronger together. And if you have the abilities to fight back, to stand up, not everyone can be out there in the streets fucking chucking billy clubs at people, right? Not everyone owns a restaurant or has contacts to ferry people off to safety. But if enough of us band together, you know, to spread the word, to keep each other safe, things can change. For me, that's what White Tiger was, right? It's, well, these cops are fucking up my neighborhood. people who have already lost hope and are trying to exert their own power in the community are fucking up my neighborhood. My family's in danger. I'm in danger. I have this ability to protect. I'm going to do what everyone else is meant to be doing. I'm going to make sure that everyone gets home safe. I'm going to make sure the streets are clean because I have the ability to do that. And in that in that hoping to inspire others to do the same. So that's where I'm at with all of this. That's why for me, men like Fisk, men like in the task force who are using a badge to hide behind so that they can not even hide because they're very blatant in this. And as we know in the real world, cops and military people, ICE, are all they don't hide behind a badge anymore. It's I'm gonna do this because I can now because someone has put me in the position to live out my power fantasy on beating on people without oversight. And 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 if enough people like Jessica, like Matt, like Karen, like the White Tigers, because I think we're gonna circle back to White Tiger coming back, like Luke Cage, like the X-Men, if enough people with special abilities can be in the front lines against fascism, then people like the woman who owns the restaurant can really stand up there and tell them to get fucked, take a smack to the face and stand back up and still do what she's got to do, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think I think that's something that I hope people take away from what's happening in this episode and what's happening in the show with the conversations of how it is mirroring what's happening in our real world. I think also tacking on to Wonder Man and what happened with Simon and how the government is watching Simon and all those implications too, and what that means and how they want to use this man who has these special abilities, who's just trying to live his life. They want to persecute him and jail him, but also use him as their own weapon.
Mm-hmm.
It's all this, it's all very this. It's all very this. Um, yeah, I think all in all, as a first episode, I thought it was pretty good. We're getting reintroduced to the characters, new characters as well. We're getting the network built out more. I also want to say, like, that conversation with Karen and Matt about if they miss being lawyers and even still seeing McDuffie still fighting the good fight and not giving into the easier route of losing her soul in this game, which we know a lot of lawyers and doctors and you know judges do. It's all to show that there are other ways to fight against oppressive fascist states, oppression, and these people who want to do harm. Um, the thing I've always said about She-Hulk, and why I love She-Hulk so much, um, is I love the fact that she is a lawyer and a superhero because she's fighting for justice on two fronts. It's why I have an inkling for Matt as well. Like, even though I'm not as invested in the Matt Murdock story as a whole, I have a special place in my heart for people who are trying to fight against the man on two fronts. So when Karen says she misses it, I get it because now she has to hide. Now it's all espionage, whereas before she was standing up in front and center to call out injustice. So it's difficult to have to go into hiding while fighting and like to have to do that to change your viewpoint and the aspects on that. But sometimes you have to go underground to come out on top and be like, all right, now we get back to business so people can see my face and people can see what's really up. So yeah. Again, I think this was a good first episode for the season. I'm excited to see where it's going. I hope that it's not like season 1 for me where it was rough and then okay to rough to shaky, had its moments to, well, that was a season. So I hope I'm coming at it with, okay, we're going places. We're doing stuff now. We're doing stuff. I'm glad that he's here on Disney Plus. So yeah, we'll see.
Yep. We definitely will see. So next week we have episode 2 and 3. Which I mean they They have to be playing a double whammy. I also would expect episodes to be a little bit shorter than this one, but I'll be surprised if we get back-to-back hour-long episodes, because you just never know anymore with Disney, especially with this release schedule. Like, we're just doing 2 episodes next week and then back to weekly again. I mean, you guys have all the episodes are done and they're finished, so it's not like, you know. I don't know.
Look, I'm glad it's not a binge thing, but like I said in the Wonder Man videos, it is very interesting how they dropped all those episodes and now they're allowing this to be weekly. But that's a whole other conversation that I'm always willing to have. Yeah, I like weekly television. But I do think it's weird that you drop an episode or drop 2 episodes to then go to week. That I don't get.
Yeah,
That I don't
especially
get.
when it's all film, like, you know, like
Yeah, it's either do the binge or don't.
Yeah, because when it comes with like, I like both depending on the series, the binge model and then the week by week. You know, like, because the first Daredevil was binge. I think the first 3 seasons were actually all binges.
And yeah, anything on Netflix was all binge. All the Netflix MCU stuff is binge.
Yeah, it was all binge, and Netflix just recently started to do the weekly stuff for certain series. So, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Folks, we'll catch you guys next week for more. So definitely stay tuned. You already know. Doses.